The longest mining strike in the history of the country is finally over after 5 months of no work in one of South Africa's biggest contributors to the economy. Everyone is breathing a sigh of relief. Jacob Zuma's stress levels are low. The mining bosses can now sleep peacefully. The union bosses and the mine workers are having a party at the Platinum Belt. But nobody is more relieved than the Mashonisa at the Rustenburg mine. Yeah, that guy, he was cracking the whip and Shambok, licking his lips and going, yeah, you guys are working now. I want to collect my mine. Even the Mashonisa of all Mashonisa's African Bank could not hide their relief when they tweeted this the other day. The mining bosses found their own puppet to deliver the news to the end of the strike in the form of the Lonmin CEO, Ben Makara.
This has brought an end to an unprecedented 5 months strike in the platinum industry.
Why is it when black people are in power and they get to talk, we call them puppets? But also, why do they only talk in times of crisis? I can see the white bosses going, Magare, just go there, go talk to the ex. Speak to them in black, in that language of use, hey, brother. But wait, I think I saw something there, South Africa. Actually, can we see that archive again? Look at that guy there at the back, licking his lips in delight. Like he's going to eat donuts. Meanwhile, he knows it's platinum money, good times. After 5 months at home with no pay, I'm sure the miners are glad to be back at work. But Magara seems to think that people being freed from earning apartheid pay is a bad thing.
It is not necessarily a time of celebration. Clearly, there are no winners in this strike.
Yes, there are no winners if you compare our miners to their Australian counterparts who do the same job with the same amount of qualifications, but our Australian counterparts earn 2 million rand a year. That's why white people are always going, I'm going to Australia to become miners, because there it's good time there if you are a miner. Good times. But the miners did get an increase, right? Raising the bar and the struggle for higher wages in the sector. They'll tell you that the strike is bad for the economy, but what they will not tell you is that paying workers a higher wage is good for the economy as well. Now the workers can buy things because they have more money. Vaseline, airtime, Lifebuoy, Omo, Sunlight. No, all those things. No, you know those things. Pick and Pay and ShopRite are having a good time. And just as the mining industry is coming out of their strike, the National Union of Metal Workers of South Africa is going into one. You know what this means? You know what this means? There will be a shortage of pots and steel wool because they are metal workers. NUMSA has 200,000 members and they want a double-digit increase. You know, because single-digit increase are so 90s.
Eskom, we're demanding a 15% increase, and the employer is making an offer of 5.6, which our members have rejected.
Strike season is in full force, and you know how it is in South Africa. The temperature drops, we go on strike, just to keep us warm, And where is the president when we need him? Complaining of stress and fatigue. Jacob, the more you stay away, the more we are going to realize we don't need you that much after all. Another thing, Jacob, why do you always appoint compromised people in your cabinet? He appointed Nwako Ramatlhodi as the Mineral Resource Minister, the same Ramatlhodi who was out negotiating to end this mining strike, while forgetting to mention that he has a 20 million rand stake in one of the mines he's negotiating with. How can you forget such a big detail? I mean, come on, Joe. It's either you are stupid or you are dodgy. But I'm not surprised. Our deputy president of the country is in bed with Lonmin as well. And when Maracana happened, he was knee-deep in the mix. And our former Minister of Human Settlement had interest in a construction company. And in the construction world, he was a big mogul there. How does that even work? It seems here in South Africa, conflict of interest is just one of those things. Ministers there. Knock, knock. Who's there? Conflict. Conflict of who? Conflict of interest. You're a man.
News that moves. ENCA.com.